Cool. Well, thank you for joining me. First question I have for you is, when did you know music was going to be a part of your life?
Uh, Elementary school, if you can believe that I remember this. But they had this program where before you got to middle school in sixth grade, while you were in fifth grade, they had the middle school teacher come after school and give lessons if you wanted to sign up for them for orchestra. You could learn violin, viola, cello. And I signed up for that. I played violin until, I think, till I was a senior in high school, a long time. And, but one thing led to another. I picked up a guitar and here I am, man. It's as soon as I started playing that violin, I knew I was going to be playing some sort of music.
Yeah. Do you think you could still play violin right now?
I could. I probably wouldn't sound amazing, but I mean, I could pick one up and probably pick it back up in a day or so, figure it back out.
Yeah. So from violin, you said you picked up guitar. Like, around what age was that?
Um, I think when I was a freshman in high school. Uh, yep. I would go to my friend's house and he had a guitar at his house, and I'd always strum, and he was always listening to punk, and so I'd always be listening, and he was learning how to play, so I was watching him learn how to play, and I was like, hey man, can I try? And then I picked it up real easy, probably because of the violin. And then he stopped letting me go to his house. And then I ended up having to just buy my own guitar. And I begged and begged my mom, and she finally bought me one. And then after that, I got in my first band with Ryan, and I think my sophomore year.
Yeah. What like influence did you have at that time?
At that time, please don't laugh. It was all Misfits. I'm pretty sure, like Misfits, No Effects. You know, the big ones, the ones everyone knew. You know, because I was, everyone starts somewhere. That was my introduction. It was that and like the Aquabats. I was real big like into ska, and I didn't know it at the time. But I loved the Aquabats, and it was a good foot in the door for me. And then, I think the first thing I learned how to play was just upstrokes on my guitar and play along some ska songs.
That's awesome, because I suck at upstrokes. Like, it's so difficult.
Ryan does too, and it irritates me watching him try it.
Were you playing guitar when you jammed with Ryan, or was that already big? Okay.
Yeah, I was playing guitar, and we had another bassist, but we're pretty much playing what we play now, just straight like easy punk, nothing crazy. It was chill, but we were babies, just starting. Everyone's figuring out how to be in a band.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I don't know, for me, like, I did that. I think we like played some Papa Roach songs because I was real big into new metal. So that was the stuff I was jamming with my friends. But I guess, what is the difference between like jamming for the first time when you're just like a new band or just starting out versus like you're practicing now? Like, what are the big differences that you've grown to like understand?
Well, before I was in like a rock band with my friends, it was just straight orchestra rehearsals. Everybody learned the same piece of sheet music. It needed to be learned perfectly. Like, the sheet music tells you how loud and quiet to play it. It puts it down to detail, to where there wasn't like hey, you played it that way, that was cool, like let's leave it like that. No, that was wrong, and we need to play it how the sheet wants it to play.
Yeah.
So I was always like, hey, we're gonna play a cover of a song, like, well, if we're covering it, it needs to be right. And man, it needs to be right. And then that's gone away big time. Now it's real comfortable. We write our own music, and now that we've learned how to do it and be comfortable with it, it's great. And then I recently had a little side gig with another band. And the one thing I was worried about was just meshing with everyone. Whether anyone was a good instrumentalist or not, I couldn't care less, honestly. As long as everyone was having fun and everyone could vibe with each other, that's really what I was looking for. Yeah. And we did. I ain't gonna lie. It was a lot of fun. It was just, yeah, it was just one of those things. It was fun for a while, and it kind of just died off.
Yeah, it happens. It happens.
Yeah.
So I think it's really interesting you bring up just like meshing together and not really mattering like how technical or how, I guess, good or however you want to say it, your bandmates are. Like, how important is that to you now? Like,
big time, huge. It's really a make or break deal. Because, man, if you're not feeling it, the music will stop being fun, to be honest. Well, to me, at least. Like, yeah. If you're taking it real serious and trying to get something accomplished, I suppose, and it's not working out the way you're wanting it, like, yeah, it can be frustrating. If you're just at a party playing with whoever, and it's just trash, but you're having fun, cool, you know? But
yeah,
I try to treat this band like a side job or like a part-time job, full-time job, I suppose. Like I take it serious. So when we first started, it wasn't really too serious. So it was just, we wrote some songs, and it turned out real well, and we had a lot of fun. So we kept going. And then once we realized we had some potential, I was like, all right, like, I'll take it serious. I'm like, okay.
So for you, when was the moment that you like felt like you had the potential to really put some more effort and stuff into it?
Ooh, that's a good one, man. It might have been the first time I heard a decent recording. I've jammed in garages my whole life, you know, and then we've recorded EPs at home, and they were okay.
Yeah.
But we got our first song ever recorded for this band done, and it blew me away. And I was like, yo, like, bands can make this good quality this easy now? I was like that? I was like, all right. I was like, cool, let's keep doing this. Like, I can do this all day.
Yeah.
And then we put out the song, and it went over real well. It blew up faster than anything I could have even expected. And then, like, one thing led to another, and I think, like, our fourth show, we were opening for the Adolescents, and it was super rad, man.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. So when did you actually like pick up the bass?
After me and Ryan were in our band in high school, graduated, and then I was still strumming a guitar every once in a while. Wasn't thinking about a band really at all, though. I walked into a video game store, and the guy working there behind the counter stopped me kind of as I got there. I walked in, he's like, "Hey," and I was like, "Whoa." And he goes, "You play guitar?" Or he said, "You play bass?" And I was like, "No." And he was like, "You play guitar?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "So you can play bass?" And I was like, "I don't know. I can try." And he's like, "Perfect. Let me give you this address. Come over when I get off work." And I was like, I was thrown off. And then when I went to his house, I took the leap. You know, I was a little thrown off, but I went. And it turns out my mom worked at a high school, and he was one of her students at the time. So he already knew my mom, and my mom was like, "Oh yeah, he's real cool." And then that turned into another band. And then that's where I first started playing bass.
What were you listening to, like, any bass players or any bands to like get ideas or influences, or like how did that? Do you just kind of take your guitar knowledge and?
Oh yeah, I probably went too hard in trying to follow bassists. Like, I went from not knowing bass to wanting to play like Streetlight Manifesto, and I was like, all right, let's go for it. I'll figure it out. And like, I learned on a 5-string bass, where the fourth string was gone, so it was still tuned to a four string with the big old gap in between.
Uh,
But I mean, I don't know. There weren't too many like singular bassists, but there were a lot of just random songs where I was like, "Ooh, like that hits just right." Like, but I can't vouch and say like, yeah, the whole album or the whole band, every song perfect. But there's a whole lot where I'm like, damn.
which ones like come to your mind?
Uh, like recently, there's a guy Joe Dart that I really love watching, and he's freaking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Him, and then there's this band called The Omnific, and it's two bassists and a drummer,
Yeah.
and no vocals, just instrumentals. And oh boy, like don't even get me started on those guys. But I could listen to those guys in my sleep. Like those guys are everything I imagine. Like I want to be as far as being a good bassist. And like the way they can vibe with each other is you can see they're just both in sync, and I love it, man.
Yeah, so sick. I've definitely heard them, seen their videos and stuff. Um, so like, what did you do during this pandemic time?
I got a lot of equipment. Like I said, I really liked that first recording we had of our very first track. And so we ended up going back to him, and we've been in the studio recording a full length.
Mhm.
And not only did we go back to the studio, but I've been gathering up and purchasing all the gear that that guy uses that I really liked and how everything sounded. And I've got it for myself now. So hopefully we can just be pumping out songs now. And hopefully I can do it just as good as that other guy, but we'll see.
Yeah,
But
that's awesome, man.
yeah, just learn how to record. Hopefully soon I'll be able to help other people out too and help everybody get their music out. That'd be great.
Yeah, yeah. That I think we definitely need that and just more support to help because it. Yeah, like you're saying, like we can do it from home. We can record here at the house. You get if you get the gear, some basic gear, you can put some stuff out.
Uh-huh. When I've shown the few people the toys I have and the potential of it, I'm like, dude, it's that easy. Like it really is. It's like, I mean, it's a good chunk of money out of your wallet at once, but like once you gather it all and put it together and make it happen, you're like, whoa. Yeah, and you save tons of money.
Yeah, true.
But
What
it makes the whole DIY vibe feel a little extra special when you're really at home doing it.
Yeah, so I'm sure right now people are gonna listen and be like, all right, so what did he get? So like what you got? What you got going on at home?
Well, my most recent thing would be my monitors. I've got some nice Yamaha HS5s, but as far as what I use to record, I've just got a simple interface for my guitars and all the magics in my recording program. I use a digital performer and a couple plugins and add-ons and little tricks here and there, and then and lots of repetition until it's perfect.
Yeah. True that, man. That's cool. I'm excited. I'm excited to hear what you come out with. Yeah, how your recording sound. Have you
I
been
am too.
have you been doing like any solo stuff?
Kinda. I mean, I guess you can call it solo because no one's here with me doing it.
Yeah.
But I've been working on a lot of our band stuff, and I'm playing with my toys, seeing what I can do, and trying to apply it to something we're gonna put out. But I've got a few files saved of just samples and then man, but they sound good. Like I'm excited to put something together and put it out because I think people will really like it.
Yeah, that's exciting. All right, I see a bunch of video game stuff, so every time I see it, I have to ask what.
This
what
is my wall, man.
yeah, are you excited for the new Halo?
Uh, I am, but I don't have a new Xbox.
Ooh, I mean, I just have the one. Y-
I've got an Xbox One, but man, that Xbox, that loading time.
I know, man. What games have you been playing?
To be honest, nothing.
Oh,
I've been doing a lot of music lately.
that's
I've got my new PC that I play, make my music on,
mhm.
and I've got like a couple like they're like idle games where you don't play, you just let it run, but like it levels up and everything for you.
Okay.
That's the most gaming I think I've been doing lately. Oh, I take that back. I got Mario Golf on the Switch.
Okay. How is it? Because I love all the Mario sports games.
Freaking awesome. Even my wife's been playing with me.
Yeah, man, I need to get it.
You should. It's really good.
Little side story. I remember we took our Switches when we both played at Bang Bang Bar, and
Yeah.
at that time, I was like playing Super Smash Brothers like fairly often, and I was like, okay, I don't know if he like really plays or not, and I'm just gonna, whatever. I just try to be nice, and like you just destroyed me. Like,
No, I thought you spanked me the first time.
I think maybe like one time, but I think I only beat you once that night, and then you just like you're taking me out, and it was
We
cool.
some friends of mine used to have a King of Gamers tournament once a week, and we had actual big like wrestling belts that you could win and take home. Oh, it was the greatest.
Yeah.
But we've been gaming it up for a long time. Nerds from day one.
Hell yeah. Same here, man. I love video games. Do you have any like favorite video game music?
Music, Battletoads,
Ooh, okay.
easy.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah, I'm a big fan of all the Battletoads music. I watch a lot of like covers and stuff, rock versions and metal versions. It's just, that game is so old, but the vibes are still alive. You could just play a song and I'm like,
man, I don't know like who I know other than my cousins that even know about Battletoads, really.
my age is showing.
Same, man, same. So what do y'all have planned for the rest of the year?
Um, we've got this full length coming out. Hopefully in the next couple months.
Mhm.
It's about ready. It's just we got to figure out release and everything, but it's gonna be killer. It's like 13 tracks, and if you like the quality of our last single we put out, it's just as good. And then hopefully tour out to the East Coast. Not sure when, but hopefully soon. We had one booked and almost took off right before COVID started. We had to cancel. Made us very sad boys.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're all pumped. We're all itching again. So first chance we get, I think we're hitting the road.
Nice. Man. So you already have like kind of your tour laid out for the East Coast?
No, not at all. I've got some ideas, and I'm gonna try and like kind of backtrack what we did have booked and see if we can just work something out again. But if not, luckily we've got some very, very good help with Havoc Underground over in Florida, and I'm hoping they can help a boy out too.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'll send some messages out and see what happens. Throw some lines out. But I'm pretty sure something will come through. We're not really picky. We didn't have anything really set as far as what time of year or anything like that. But as soon as we've got a clear route where it all lines up, we're going to pull the trigger, I'm sure.
Yeah. I feel like y'all are very DIY, and you get that vibes, and it's like a cool thing to see, like a cool vibe to have for your band. How do you like, so you said you message people, like what's your method of finding venues and people to talk to you?
Most of the time, just stalking Facebook, figure out who books where, or if somebody's in a band in what city. Especially if I really like that band, I'd be like, please play with us too. We like that. And then it's all through the grapevine from there. This guy relays me to this guy, or that person says, hey, talk to this person. And hopefully by down the end of the road, we get an answer. It took a lot of work last year when we booked it. Mm-hmm. That was kind of the reason I was most upset. I was like, man, all that work. But I think hopefully everyone's real pumped for music to come back again. So everyone will be amped about it, good attitudes. And because I definitely don't need no dickheads right now.
Yeah.
I think the music scene could use less of those.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Yeah.
Just to talk about your process, so your writing process, like how do y'all go about writing a new song?
We used to have a real like set in stone almost structure where Ryan would just kind of write a song at home, bring it to practice, strum it out and sing it for us. And then we'd break it all down, rearrange and add in whatever we want, put in our tastes, our ideas. And then, I don't know, maybe a week, 3-4 practices later, we'll have almost like a finished product and something to really practice over and over. Mm-hmm. But now it's still kind of the same. But it's really a lot more together now. It's not always Ryan with the bassist now. On the new EP, there's a few songs actually where I'm even singing. And I wrote one of those songs, or both of them, I think. It's been a while, but you'll know if Ryan writes it and if I write it. Because if I write it, it's probably really silly.
I'm excited for that.
But we changed it up and took a chance, and I wrote a song, and it was a lot of fun, and it got good reviews from where we played it a few times, and so we're like, all right, like go ahead, keep writing some more songs. So we've kind of been taking that angle. I haven't done anything recently, but I don't think he has either. We've kind of just been playing catch up, getting back to real life and getting the show rolling again. But I'm excited to write new things now that I know, my band accepts it and they like it too. I was kind of nervous to show them what I was doing.
Man, that's awesome. What bass are you playing right now?
Right now, don't make fun of me again. But I'm a Frugal Freddy, but I've got a Epiphone Les Paul.
Okay. That's all good.
Don't ask me when I changed my strings last.
Yeah, same. Actually, the main jazz bass I use, like I bought it used and I haven't changed the strings. So I don't know
It's
when that last person changed the strings. And I love it, but I hate it because whoever put the strings on like wound it up really terribly. And so it's like all like
they're all crossed over each other.
And if I'm just like, oh, whatever.
You're gonna have one good turn one night and it's all gonna
I know, man. I'm gonna get new strings before we start playing this next set of shows and stuff. And
I think you've inspired me to go tomorrow probably to buy new strings.
Yeah, I really need them. Mine are all gunky and just gross. What about amps?
I've got this TC Electronic combo amp that I'm madly in love with.
Yeah.
It's light as a feather, man. The tone is wonderful. It packs a punch, man. Like, I don't think I've hooked up to a PA in a while, like DI or anything. It's provided itself. Even had to cut it back because it's cutting too much. And I was like, man, this little monster is just destroying shows. I highly recommend it to anyone. And it's got the fancy app where you can set your own tone and Bluetooth it to the amp. I don't even use it. The tone's already great.
Yeah. Technology, man. It's so crazy. Yeah.
They're making it too easy nowadays, man.
Yeah. Nah, I definitely agree. I want to say I've seen it. Did I borrow your amp once at a show? I don't know. Because I remember your amp. It sounds very familiar.
You probably did at Reggae Bar, maybe.
I think that was it.
For Starlighter's show.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew it. Man, that was crazy.
Yeah,
They're
I
still
remember
do.
back in the day, like to get quality sound from an amp, man, you had to get the stack. You have to. Like it just didn't add up. It didn't match up.
Yeah. Now I have a combo now too. Fender Rumble all
Yeah,
day, every day.
I've got that TC Electronic combo, and I've got this old '70s vintage Randall. Um, it's a combo too, but it's like 6 foot tall. It's huge,
Yeah.
but to be totally honest, I really don't like the sound from it.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that, man.
But it's cool to have. I got it for free, and it was broken. I fixed it. I was like, hell yeah.
Hell yeah, dude, that's the best. Free gear is the best.
Uh-huh.
Alrighty, so we know the album, some possible touring. Where can people listen to Nothing Lost?
Uh, everywhere. I hope it should still be up. Every any site, whatever you slash Nothing Lost TX.
Cool.
I'm pretty sure all of them are slash Nothing Lost TX. We tried to make it easy for y'all.
Awesome. Cool, man. Well, I appreciate you taking time out of the day to talk to me, dude. It was a catching up. Stoked to see you after the Descendants. That's gonna be
Yes,
tight.
sir. Thank you so much.
Um, yeah, man. Well, again,
We're
Chad, dude,
stoked.
thank you so much, and I just hope you have a good night.
Dude, thank you. And keep killing it with Ska Dad, man. This is too cool, man. You're doing a good thing for San Antonio.
I appreciate it, dude. I appreciate it a lot. All right, dude. I'll talk to you later.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Later.